Hi there, Agile friends. Get ready for the World Tour of Agile at the Agile Online Summit 2023. You can join us from October 24th to 26th for a global showcase of cutting-edge Agile practices and insights. Join us at agileonlinesummit.com. This year, we will be featuring some of the best work done around the world and world-class keynotes. You can check all of that at agileonlinesummit.com. But the best part is that your ticket is on us. That's right, it's free to attend and immerse yourself in the world of Agile excellence. Don't miss out on this opportunity to level up your skills and network with peers and industry experts. Mark your calendars and secure your spot at AOS 23 today by visiting agileonlinesummit.com. So get your free ticket or opt for the full digital pass that lets you keep all the conference videos forever and organize, why not, Agile learning sessions at work. You can get the full digital access at agileonlinesummit.com. I'll see you in the conference floor. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our TGIF and Product Owner episode this week with Khwezi Mputa. Hey, Khwezi, welcome back.
Hey, hello to the listeners. Thanks for having me back.
Absolutely. So product owner it is, the big topic of today. And ironically, it has been a topic for us this week as well. We talked about the product owner, specifically the proxy PO, also on the Tuesday episode. If you want to go back and listen to that episode, there's also a lot of lessons about product owner there. But let's dive into today's topic, and we'll talk about a great product owner and how they work and what they look like in a minute. But before that, Khwezi, do share with us what was potentially the worst product owner anti-pattern you've witnessed in your career?
I think the worst anti-pattern that I've witnessed is probably not very, unique to my experience, but I'm sure a lot of your listeners can relate to this. So usually a product owner is somebody who is respected within the organization. They have authority because they need to make decisions in terms of the product, where the direction the product is going, as well as they have the final say in terms of if things get pulled out of the product backlog. They own the product backlog, and their role is to maximize the value of the product backlog. And because they're of this ranking within the organization, unfortunately, in lots of organizations, we still have levels or hierarchy, even though we are working in agile teams. There's still this hierarchy that is faced. And the worst product owner for me was one that saw themselves as better above the team. They didn't view themselves as part of the team, and it was purely because they were in a management role within the organization. And this anti-pattern or this challenge led to many more challenges where the product owner was inaccessible to the team. So when the team had needed clarity in terms of requirements, or they needed feedback from the product owner was just nowhere to be found. And I think this is the worst thing that can happen to any team.
Yeah, absolutely. This absent product owner anti-pattern is one of the most common product owner anti-patterns out there. And to be fair to product owners, it isn't easy to work with the team on a regular basis, talk to stakeholders, understand the customers, understand the market. It's a very tough job. And this is why, for example, we encourage teams and product owners to establish a great collaboration so they help each other. But it is definitely something we need to be ready to tackle. So, Khwezi, when you think back to that story and other stories you've gone through in your career, what are some of the best advice you have for us when it comes to helping these product owners that, for whatever reason, whether it is of their creation or some other environmental reason, tend to be absent?
I think the one advice that I have, or some of the advice that I can share, is that definitely as a Scrum Master, it's your role to educate the product owner. in terms of what does this role entail. When I come into an environment where this is happening, I always suggest that we have a team liftoff where we can clarify what are the different roles within the team, including the product owner, so that if there's transparency as to what the product owner role actually entails. And it's also coaching the product owner towards this, and trying to show them that the benefits of being a part of the team. Because at the end of the day, as a Scrum Master, you're also like a mediator between, the different individuals in the team. And if you can show the Scrum Master, the product owner, as well as the team, that working together is in the best interest of themselves, in terms of doing what delivering the outcome that they would like to see, best interest of the product, best interest of the direction that the product is going, and the organization. If you can show them that, I think then you've won the battle. So it's definitely that coaching and teaching element that needs to come into play, as a Scrum Master, between the product owner as well as the team themselves.
Absolutely. That aspect of coaching the product owner is so important that we've created a course here for Scrum Masters who need to coach their product owners. And the link is in the show notes, so for people who are interested to know more. But that role of coaching the product owner is really important, because the product owner is a role that can make or break a team.
Absolutely.
So that was the bad example, but of course there are some great product owners out there, and now we want to explore one of those stories. So Khwezi, share with us what might have been potentially the best product owner you've ever worked with. Describe them for us.
The best product owner that I worked with, I actually want to give a shout out to them, is a lady called Candy Felix. She was an exceptional product owner. And what made her exceptional was that, firstly, she understood the product's marketplace. She had a clear understanding of what the customer wanted, what the customer needed. She understood the revenue streams, etc. She was not only and this understanding allowed her to, be hands-on in terms of the product backlog. So she was continuously updating the product backlog frequently, ensuring that it maximizes the product value resulting from the work that the team does. And so there was never confusion amongst the team in terms of what they needed to work on. You had things of the highest priority at the top. She was very like she was a part of the team as well. She definitely worked well with the team. She could relate to the team members well, communicate with them well. And this area that we were working in was with teams that were from a diverse landscape. So it was not a team that was on site. They were co-located. So you had people working from India, South Africa. We had someone from the UK, and she had an understanding that we are all coming in with different cultural elements as well. So she was aware of that, and I loved how she handled the differences in terms of the people that we were working with across borders. And lastly, like she had an understanding of the focusing on the incremental delivery. She understood how to work in an agile way, and it really made my job easier as a Scrum Master. And one of the things that she loved doing, one of the tools or techniques that she used to help the teams understand where the product was going was user story mapping. Which just helped visualize the customer's journey with the product. And we actually had this as a stepping stone for anybody new in the team. We would take them through the previous user story mapping that we'd gone through, and that would help them to encapsulate the task that they would have to work on, and have an understanding of the journey that they're trying to create for the customer.
Absolutely. And it just shows a very concrete way in which product owners can help the team understand the story behind the product, right? Like it's not enough for the product owner to understand the customer, to understand the business, revenues, costs, etc. But also they need to understand how to communicate all of that to the team, and using something like a user story map can be a great way for them to do that.
Absolutely.
Brilliant. Great story, Khwezi. Thank you for sharing that. Lots of inspiring thoughts and ideas this week and in this episode that you brought us. So thank you for that. But we're about to go. Before we do, where can people find out more about you and the work that you're doing?
So people can find me on LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn, Khwezi Mputa. You can reach out to me there. You will see where my career is going. I love posting about the stuff that I'm involved in, as well as any insights from my work environment. So you can definitely find me on LinkedIn.
Absolutely. And why not reach out to Khwezi and ask a follow-up question. Khwezi, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for your generosity with your time and your knowledge.
Thank you so much for having me. I hope that the information shared can help my fellow Scrum Masters out there.
One more week of the Scrum Master Toolbox podcast is over, but there's a lot more we have to share. We have developed our own membership site where you find a community of active and engaged Scrum Masters. In this site, you get access to exclusive content and get to interact with us, your podcast hosts, as well as the best Scrum Masters in the world. So join us at scrummasterpodcast.com and keep this podcast free of advertising. See you next week for one more full week of Scrum Master tips and tricks. We really hope you liked our show. And if you did, why not rate this podcast on Stitcher or iTunes? Share this podcast and let other Scrum Masters know about this valuable resource for their work. Remember that sharing is caring.